So welcome, everyone. I hope you are all doing well, and I invite you to this next hour of practice to really connect with yourself and just check in with how your body is feeling. If your mind is a little scattered, it's a good opportunity to just come back and feel your breathing, connecting inward with every inhalation and with every exhalation, just letting go of anything that's preventing you from feeling that connection to yourself. As we go through this practice, remember that it's always important to listen to the directions that I give, but adjust or modify as you may need to. If anything doesn't feel right, you're welcome to skip it or just rest and come back and join again. So make sure you're sitting comfortably. Try not to be collapsed back in your chair. So try to sit a little bit forward, away from the chair back, so that your feet are firmly on the floor. Rock a little bit forward and back on your sitting bones and just notice how that shifts your posture. If you rock a little forward, you'll notice more of an arch in your low back. And then you can take your hands up at the top of your thighs and just anchor the thighs down as you gently draw your low belly back and up. So lifting up through the back ribs and then the side ribs, and then finally lifting up all the way through your chest, shoulder blades releasing down your back. So you're sitting nice and tall. And then turn your face side to side, left and right. And as your head comes back to center, look up and down. And then returning to center once again. Check that you're looking straight ahead so that you're not looking off to one side. Look directly in front of you, but tilt your right ear towards your right shoulder. And you can stretch your left arm down by the side of your chair. Just add a little bit more engagement to these muscles at the side of your neck. Take a few breaths, always being sure not to hold your breath in. So once you take a breath in, make sure you let it out. And then gently come back to center. Good. Let's do the other side, left ear towards left shoulder, and right arm can reach out a little to the side as you breathe. And as your head comes back to center, begin to circle your shoulders. Take your time. Feel the movement coming forward, up, back, and down. And then pause once again, just letting the shoulders relax, staying lifted through your rib cage. Feet comfortably planted on the floor in front of you. Check that your toes are pointing straight forward. Your feet are a little bit apart and your knees are directly over your ankles. So we don't want to have the toes turned out or the knees closer together or wider than the ankles. Right? That gives us a good base for our seated mountain pose. Okay. I'm going to move over to my other chair and we will start our spinal warm-ups. So take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, gently tuck your tail under and draw your navel back so that your low back rounds. You get kind of a rounded shape in your back. And then inhale, sit up tall. And with your next exhale, rock forward on your sit bones, draw your shoulder blades back, see if you can feel a little more arch in the upper back. And repeat that a few times, rounding and arching. And you can go faster or slower if that feels better for you, but always check in now and then to make sure that you're not holding the breath in any particular position.
Can't hear nothing.
Please mute yourself if you've only recently joined. And then get ready for a side stretch. So sweep your right arm up, palm is facing your head. Try to keep the shoulder relaxed and don't let the arm float in front of you. So you want to keep it back in line with your ear. Left hand can hold the edge of your chair for support. So you don't collapse the left side as you reach up and the right arm. And breathe. And then come on back to center. Let's do the other side. Left arm reaching up and over. Let someone, a latecomer into our
In here.
meeting.
In here.
I see I have to mute everybody again.
Oh, now I could hear it.
Okay. So if everybody stays muted, it's a little easier to hear me. All right. So come back to center after you've stretched each side. Bring your legs close together. Root down through your feet, lift up through your torso. So you want to keep the spine really tall as we twist. Your right hand can come to the side of the chair, left hand across the right leg. Keep the legs together and gradually turn your upper body to the right. Look back over your shoulder, breathe. And slowly unwind. Other side, left hand moving back, right hand across, and twisting your upper body, keeping your legs stable. Head stays upright. And gently unwind. As you come back to center, let's walk the feet out a little bit wider. Make sure you're opening your knees as wide as your ankles. So the middle of your knee should point towards the second or third toe on each foot. And then tilt slightly forward. Breathe. So just feel this long extension of your spine from your tailbone up to the crown of your head. As we do any forward bends, if you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, you may not want to overly round your back, so you just can fold slightly forward. Okay? If you want to go farther, when we get into our sun salutation, you can go as low as you want towards the floor. Let's tilt a little bit and add a twist, bringing the right shoulder kind of in towards the midline. And then come on up. And then bring the left shoulder in towards the middle. And come up. Right shoulder again, coming forward and down a little bit. Twist. Up and next side. And come on back up to center. Feel your breath. And let's just take a deep breath, sweeping the arms out and up. And exhaling, open the arms out wide, float the hands down, and we'll prepare for our seated sun salute. So palms come together in front of your heart. Take a breath in and let it out. Next, inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And exhale, gently bow forward as little or as much as you'd like. Inhale, bringing your spine to that long extension. And exhale, just relaxing your head and neck. Next, inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And exhale, glide the hands down in front of your heart. Take a breath. Let it out. Let's repeat that. Inhaling, arms out and up. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften head and neck. Inhale, all the way up, arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in and out, adding another piece. We'll inhale to cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale, back up. Exhale, tilt the other way. Inhale, back up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Hands to heart. Full breath in. Put those two pieces together. Inhaling up and exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften head and neck. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center, hands to heart. Full breath in and out. Let's repeat those parts so far. Inhaling up and exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften head and neck. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center, hands to heart. Take a full breath in and out. We'll add another piece. Inhaling, right arm up, back of the left hand down. Slide the hand down the leg as you look up. Inhale, rising up, switch arms. Back of the right hand slides against the leg towards the floor as you look up. Inhale, both arms stretch. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in, starting at the beginning now. Inhale up. Exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center, hands to heart. Inhale, right arm up, back of the left hand, inside the left leg. Slide the arm and hand down along the leg. Inhale, come up, switch the arms. Right hand sliding down as you look up. Inhale, both arms stretch. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in and out. Once again from the beginning. Inhaling up and exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, head and neck soften. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center, hands to heart. Inhale, right arm up, back of the left hand down. Slide the arm down as you look up. Inhale, rise up, switching arms. Other side. Inhale, both arms stretch. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in and out. Let's do one more round today. Inhale up. Exhale to back. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center, hands to heart. Inhale, right arm up, back of the left hand down. Slide down the leg as you look up. Inhale, rising up, switch the arms. Other side slides down. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Take one last big breath, sweeping the arms out and up. And as you exhale, open the arms out wide, slowly float them down. And as your hands come to rest, you can walk your feet in. And if you want, wiggle yourself back and take a moment to just pause and feel the support of the chair. Let your legs relax, take a little break. So even when we're seated, we often use our legs as an important part of the support for the whole body. For now, let's start to warm up feet and ankles by lifting the right foot and just circling. You're drawing a big letter O with your toes. And then reverse the circles. Flex that foot, toes to ceiling, and then point. Flex and point, flex and point, flex and point, and release. Let's do the other leg. So lifting the left foot, beginning to draw circles with your toes, and just let your awareness rest in that foot and ankle so you feel what it is that you're doing. Change the direction of the circles. So one direction may feel different than the other. One leg may feel different than the other. Just observe it. Keep breathing. And flex that foot, toes to ceiling, and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. And flex and point. And then bring that foot to the floor. Shift your weight gently side to side. You can hold the edges of your seat someplace. And as you press down with your hands, it helps you lift up out of the pelvis. Wiggle a little forward. So now we're using our legs to help support us. What we really are doing when we press the feet into the floor, it helps to engage the abdominal muscles. So it's just a reminder. It's really those low belly muscles that help support the low back and keep the spine nice and upright. Okay, let's flex that right foot, slide the heel back under the chair, and then straighten that leg all the way out. Good, and then repeating. Bending and extending. Bend and extend. Bend and extend. One last time, bend. When you extend this time, hold the leg there. Breathe, left foot pressing into the floor. Abdominal muscles engaged, spine tall. Deep breaths in and out. If you need to release this or any other position before I tell you, it's always okay. Listen to your body. Let's all release. You can take your hands and gently tap up and down those big thigh muscles. Okay, preparing for the other side. Right foot stays on the floor. Flex the left foot. Slide the heel back and extend out. Bend and extend. Bend and extend. Bend and extend. Let's do one more. Bend This time extend and hold the leg out, breathe. Sitting tall. Just feel the effort, the work that's going on in those muscles. And gently release the leg. And you can give a little love tap to that leg. Okay, moving into our hips. Let's take some easy circles with the whole torso. So waking up the pelvis. And change the direction of the circles. And then come on back upright. We're going to lift the right leg. And today you can just try to pull that leg in towards your chest. And hug it in as close as you can. Notice if you lean back in the chair as you do that. And try to lift your chest and draw it forward, shoulders hugging back. Flex both feet. Press that left foot into the floor as you hug the right knee in close to your chest and breathe. And then if you want, you can add the extension of the left leg out. You have to really keep the abdominal muscles engaged to do that. Good, and then if you lifted the left leg, bring it down. If you can, interlace your fingers under that right thigh and let that leg drop into your hands. So instead of pulling the leg up now, it's just heavy, sitting in your hands, and you're moving little circles. So your hands and arms are creating the circles to relax that hip joint and then change the direction of the circles. And release that leg down. And let's do the other side. So we're going to start by lifting the left leg and trying to pull the leg in close to your belly and chest, but at the same time, lift your chest, shoulders hug back. Flex both feet. Keep breathing, your belly muscles hugging in gently but firmly. And either keep the right foot on the floor or stretch it out straight. Very consciously breathing in and out as we hold the pose. And then releasing the right leg if it was lifted and switching to interlace fingers under the left thigh and let the leg drop into your hands. So holding the leg with your hands, start creating some circling at the hip joint. The lower leg and foot are just hanging there. Change the direction of the circles. And then release that leg. Be sure you're sitting away from the chair back. Again, ankles are directly beneath the knees. So if you shift forward or back, you always move your feet as well. We're going to open just the right leg out to the side. So a wider turn out and then coming back. And be sure when you open, you're opening from the hip joint, not just from below the knee. So open the knee wide, back to center, once more. Good, let's do the other side. Opening way out to the side and back to center. And back to center. I'm going to open that right leg once again to the side. But this time, if you can be near the front of your chair and slide your hips a little bit farther to the left so that your right thigh is right along the front edge of the chair seat your left hip is kind of hanging off. Left foot can stay exactly where it is. And you want to breathe. Notice where your torso is facing. Very possibly you're kind of on a slight diagonal between the legs. We want to try and open the chest to the front of the chair. So take your left arm out to the side and really just open up the upper body. Good. Now you're welcome to keep your left foot where it is. We always want to keep that foot grounded, but if you'd like to try walking the foot out a little bit to the side and a little bit forward until you get that leg straighter. You end with the whole sole of the foot on the floor, toes turned slightly in. Feel your breath. Good, and then keeping that left arm out to the side, let's sweep the right arm out and up. Lift up through the right side of your ribs. And as you exhale, bend the right elbow. Bring it over to your thigh. Left hand to hip for a moment. And do a couple of gentle shoulder circles with that left shoulder. Good, and then sweep the left arm out and up, reaching towards the ceiling or perhaps bringing the arm closer alongside your ear, palm facing your head. Take a few breaths. And down through both feet as we reach up to come back to center. Walking the feet back into the middle. Getting ready for the other side. So start at the front of your chair. Open your left leg to the side, but also slide a little to the right. So your left leg is across the front edge of the chair seat. Right foot can stay where it is. And your body will feel a little twisty. If you open that right arm to the side, it'll help you really feel more of that twist in the upper body. Breathe. And as on the other side, either keep your right foot as it is or kind of heel toe, kind of turning it in and then bringing it parallel. Walk to the side, but also forward as much as you need to try and get the leg straight if you're going to do this version. Otherwise, it's fine to keep the knee bent, toes forward. Take a deep breath here. Good, chest is nice and open. And then next inhale, sweep the left arm out and up. And exhale, bend the left elbow, leaning on your thigh. Hug the elbow against your thigh, draw your shoulders back, keeping your head in line. Do a few gentle circles with that right shoulder. And then reaching your right arm out to the side and up towards the ceiling. Staying here, maybe bringing the arm closer towards your ear. Always breathing. Wherever you decide to stop is fine. If you go too far and you need to back away a little, also fine. So really listen to your body and what feels best for you. Try and stay grounded through your legs and feet and gently reach up to come back to center. Walking the feet back in towards each other as you center yourself on the chair. Okay, so let's do another hip stretch here. I'm going to try something today. I don't know if, some of you may find this difficult. Do it as best you can. Just see if it's helpful. So we're going to lift the right leg, okay? But this time, you're going to try and open the right knee to the side and see if you can get a hold of your lower leg. So you're kind of reaching under your calf, under your ankle. So your arm is helping to open that hip joint and just rocking gently in and out. And then if you're able, try bringing that foot above the left knee. Now, if that's too much, straighten your left leg and just let the foot rest on the shin. So either position. Feel your breath. Hold the sides of the chair for a moment so you're sitting as tall as you can, wherever your legs are positioned. And be sure to breathe. Good, let's release this side and try the other side. So you're going to lift the left foot, open the knee wide, and try to lift the foot. See if you can slide a hand under that ankle and under the calf, and scooping under. Sit as tall as you can and see if you're able to gently rock a little bit out and in. Baby cradling. Imagine you're holding a little 5-toed baby here. And if you're able, try to bring the foot across the other thigh, just above the knee. If that's too much, straighten the bottom leg and let the foot come lower. Either position. Bring your hands to the edges of the seat to help you sit tall. Keep the bent leg foot flexed. You may not have said that on the other side, but that's important to protect your knee joint. Be sure to breathe deeply. And gently release and pause for a moment. Just finding yourself at center, checking in with your breath. So we're going to do a deeper twist now by turning our whole body over to the right. So right arm can rest on the chair back. You're going to be turning away from the screen. So your right hand can start to slide back on the top of the chair back. Bring your left hand around. Legs and feet hug together. And then gradually use your left hand to help gently pull your chest around. Your right hand can slide all the way over and push a little away from the chair. So you don't want to be against the chair back. You want to be sitting up really tall and letting your hands hold onto the chair to give you a little deeper twist. Nice full breath. And gently unwind. Stay facing the side and slide to the front edge of your seat. Once again, your right thigh is going to be on the front of the chair seat, and this time you're just going to let your left knee drop towards the floor. The heel stays lifted, so your toes are slightly tucked under. You're just lengthening down through the front of your thigh. And then gently bow slightly forward. As you do that, see if you can slide or wiggle that left foot farther back, toes tucked under, press back through the heel. See if you can get that left leg straighter. Now we don't want to stay like this and we don't want to crunch the low back. Very important to keep some length there. So let yourself bow inward. Take a big breath, try and puff up the back of your waist. And then as you exhale, draw your navel back towards your spine and gradually try to curl up vertebra by vertebra from the bottom of your spine, bit by bit, lifting up through the side ribs and finally lifting your chest and your head. And let's sweep that left arm out to the side and then reach overhead. And again, inhale, opening out wide, and exhale, reaching overhead. One more time, inhaling, open, exhale, reaching overhead. And then coming forward once again, relax that back leg and foot and slide it back. Coming back to face the front of your chair for a moment before we turn to the other side. So 2 poses on the left. We're going to turn, hold the back of the chair with your left arm, bring your legs and feet close together. Breathe, sitting really tall. Start to slide your left hand farther along the chair back. Bring your right hand around and use your hands pulling with the right, maybe pushing a little bit with the left. So your chest stays broad. Your spine is lifted. You're breathing fully in and out as deeply as you can. Even though your lungs are a little bit constricted in these twisting poses. And gently unwind. And as you unwind out of a twist, it's very healthy. All sorts of fresh oxygen, fresh blood flow into those abdominal organs. Scoot towards the front of your chair, still facing the left, but now right knee dropping towards the floor. So you need to be right at the edge of the seat. Take a few breaths, feeling any stretch you might be getting in the thigh here. And then we'll lean slightly forward. See if you can slide or wiggle your right foot farther back, keeping the heel vertical. Press the heel back away from you if you can, so the leg gets straighter. And then notice you're leaning forward, but you're probably kind of hanging on to over that left thigh. So we want to try and lift our belly away from that thigh by breathing into the back of the waist as you bow forward. And then imagine your belly sliding back and your ribs gradually lifting from the back, then the sides, little by little, curling up through the upper body, lifting your chest, and then sweeping the right arm out to the side. As you exhale, reach up and overhead. Inhale, open that arm out to the side. Exhale, reach up and over. And again, inhale, open. Exhale, reach overhead. Let's do one more. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach up and over. And then gently bow forward a little bit again to relax that back leg. Slide it in. Come back to center. And take a moment to pause. So sitting back in the chair if you need a little break. Otherwise, just maintaining that slight pressure with your feet to keep the spine uplifted. We're going to stretch, bend the right elbow and start to lift that elbow forward and up towards the ceiling. You can take your left hand. You want to keep that upper arm close to your ear and lift as high as you can, drawing the elbow back. So you can just hold from the front of the upper arm. You can reach overhead if that's available, but breathe. Big stretch in the upper arm, just breathe into it wherever you feel it. And then release. Bring that arm across your chest and give it a little love. Give a hug from your other arm, kind of hugging underneath. And release. Let's do the other side. Elbow is bent, you're lifting up towards the ceiling. Trying to draw the elbow back, or at least try and get it upright as much as you can, and breathe. And then gently release. Open that arm out to the side. Sweep it across your body. Reach your right arm underneath, hooking it under and giving yourself a gentle hug. And release. Do a few shoulder circles. And then come away from the chair back. So slide yourself forward again. See if you can bring your hands to the edges of the seat, either at the side, or some of you may be able to reach for the back corner of the chair. So as far back along the side edges or behind you as you can reach with your hands, and then lift your chest. Think of squeezing your elbows towards each other as you lift your chest, looking up just a little bit, so not letting your head drop back. Keep the back of your neck long, lift your chest up, and breathe. Good, and gently release. Relax the arms. You're going to bring that right hand out in front of you. Extend your arm palm forward, fingers pointing down, and draw the fingertips back as much as you can. The stretch in the wrist, just breathe into it. And release. Other side, left palm up, point the fingers down, straighten the arm, pushing the palm forward as you draw the fingertips back towards you. And breathe. And release. Just wiggle your fingers. Let's circle the wrists. And change the direction. Good. And then extend the arms out in front of you. Turn the palms so they face out to the side. So thumbs are pointing down. Okay. We're going to crisscross the arms here. So take your right arm over your left and then clasp your fingers. See if you can follow along with me. Try and point your knuckles towards the floor and then pivoting left and right with your knuckles. Feeling the stretch in your wrist. As you come back to center, try bending your elbows and turning the fingers towards your chest and up, and then release. Let's try the other side. So you're going to extend your arms out, but turn palms out to the side, thumbs pointing down. This time, left crossing over right. Interlace the fingers. Try to point the knuckles down towards the floor. And again, gentle pivot side to side. Feeling the wrist. And then coming to center. And see if you can uncurl gently. And release. Good. Okay. So let's get ready for lion pose. Sitting nice and tall. I think you all know this pose, but quick review. We inhale, hands clench in, face scrunches up. We exhale, fingers stretch out, eyes open wide and look up, tongue sticks out and down, and we roar. So let's do 3 of them. We'll take a breath between each one. So full breath in and out. First lion, scrunching up your face, your fingers, big stretch. Ah. Relax as you breathe in and out. And once again, scrunching in, exhale. Ah. And relax. Full breath in and out. Last lion, scrunching in and stretch. Ah. And let it go. Give a little wiggle, give a little shake. Go ahead, rock a little side to side. We're going to begin to make our way up to stand. So you can come up in any way that's comfortable for you, but I suggest coming, and today we're going to stand at the front of our chair to begin with. Okay, so not coming to the back yet, but walk your feet back a little. You can hold the sides of the chair. Try not to bow forward, so don't let your head drop. Try to keep looking forward. Find something to focus on. And as you rock forward and you start to press your feet into the floor, see if you can engage your belly, hug the shoulders back, and that way your torso will be more over your legs as you come up. Now adjust my monitor a little bit. But as I said, stay in front of your chair to begin with today. So with the chair behind you, we're going to do Utkatasana, the chair pose. So we're not sitting down, but be close enough for the chair, to the chair that you can feel the back of your legs touching the front edge. And then as you bend your knees, tilt at your pelvis. So from the top of your thighs move back as your knees bend forward. And see how low you can go. Try to keep your knees right in line with your ankles, toes pointing forward, breathe. So a lot of work in the thigh muscles. And release. Let's do that once again. So bending the knees, tipping the pelvis, and lowering as much as you can. You might try reaching your hands back a little bit alongside of you. Maybe you can touch the chair with your fingertips, but don't sit down. Keep breathing. And then come on up. Good. All right. So I'm going to turn to the side to show you how we build a really good posture for standing. So you can keep facing forward, but you can see what my body is doing here. And you can practice this facing the side of a mirror sometime on your own. So starting with that same action, but just small action, a little bend of the knees, a little tilt of the pelvis. As you do that, you'll feel probably a little bit more of an arch in your low back. We want to have a natural curve in the back, but we don't want to scrunch that part of the back when we rise up, which is what happens if you just stand up from here by pulling your shoulders back. Right? So we're going to try and keep the thighs moving back. We're going to try and breathe into this back of the waistband area. So bowing forward makes it a little more accessible. As you do that, your low belly is going to naturally draw in, right? So let the low belly hug in. Try to keep that space in the back, keep the tone of the low belly muscles, and start to press into your feet to straighten the legs, lift up through the back ribs, the side ribs, and then finally, as your legs straighten, your chest comes up, shoulders glide back, the arms relax at your sides. Take a few breaths here, just see how that feels. So building that posture is very helpful during the day, especially if you're having any low back discomfort. So I'm moving my chair to the side. You can come behind your chair now. So standing a little bit away from your chair, hands just resting on the chair for support, rise up onto the balls of your feet and slowly lower down. So rising up and lowering down. And again, rising up and lowering down. Good. And then you're going to flex your right foot. So the toes lift a little off the floor, heel is going to stay on the floor. And we're going to tap the toes, alternating, tapping forward and out to the side. So it doesn't matter which leg you start with. Tap forward, tap side, tap forward, tap side. Yes, you will feel this in your ankle. And then come to release, standing comfortably in both feet. Let's do the other side. So you're flexing the left foot, your toes are lifting off the floor, and you're alternating, tapping forward and side, forward and side, forward and side, forward, side, forward, side, forward, side, forward, side. One more, forward, side, and release. Ah, good. Now, see, you may need to move a little to either side of the chair just to give you space. But see if you can bend your left knee and just slide. You can get a hold of your knee with your hand forward a little bit. If you're wearing slacks, that makes this easier. See if you can slide your left hand down to the cuff, the bottom of your pants, or somewhere where you can grab your pants. I'm going to turn to the side to show you. So I've lifted the knee, I've slid my hand down, and now I'm going to try and let my knee drop down and my heel lift up towards the buttocks, and then release. Make sense? Okay, I'll turn to the side as I do the other side. So I'm going to bend the right knee, bring my hand, I'm holding onto the chair with one hand, slide, lose my balance, slide my hand down towards the bottom of my pants and grab the back. Any place you can grab a chunk of your pants. Then slowly try to relax that leg, let the knee drop down, and you're pulling on your pants to bring your heel towards your buttocks. And breathe. And then release. Shift your weight a little bit side to side. And then bring your right foot close to the chair. Step your left foot back and make sure your left foot's farther to the left. Your right knee is bent. Your left leg is straight. You try to bring that back heel to the floor. Your foot will turn out slightly, but try to face directly towards your chair. And this is another place where we want to be taking care of that low back. So bow forward gently, like we did when we were building that good posture. Breathe into the back waist, and then draw your navel back towards your spine. Gradually curl up, keeping the right knee bent. Lift up through your chest, lift up through your belly, and finally lifting your head. You can keep your left hand on the chair, right hand on the chair, and stretch your left arm out and up if that feels good for you. This gives a little more stretch through that whole side of the body. And gently release. Lift the back heel, step in, and for a moment just float that back leg up and stretch it back behind you. Good release. Let's do the other side. So left foot stays close to the chair. Reach back with the right foot, left knee bends, and then try to bring the right heel to the floor, but try to keep your hips facing the chair. So breathe. That's first. Bow in a little bit. Give yourself some space in that low back. Take a nice big breath into that area. And then draw your navel back, toning the belly muscles, gradually lifting up through the back ribs, the side ribs, and then finally lifting up through your chest, lifting your head, and this time right arm can reach out and up. Feel the stretch all the way down that side of your body and breathe. Good, let's release your hand down, bend both knees, and see if you can step your left foot back next to your right. Reach your hips back. You can keep your knees a little bit bent. Feet should be parallel, hip width apart or a little wider. You want to try and keep your head a little higher than your hips. So don't let your head drop down. Try and soften your chest towards the floor. And then if you want to straighten one leg at a time, I'll give you a nice stretch through the back of each leg. Like you were pedaling in place here. And then reach back through your sitting bones, lengthen forward through your chest, bend the knees, and start to walk in towards your chair. Take a last breath, arms sweeping out and up. And exhale, open the arms, float them out and down. And come back to sit. So as you come to sit, I'm going to come up to my other chair. And you can come to sit comfortably. Lean back in your chair this time. So let your feet relax. You can just lean into the chair back. Arms can rest gently on your legs. Close your eyes and take this last minute of class to really let go of all the effort that you've put into the practice today. Let your breath come and go however it needs to. Let your eyes relax behind closed lids. And just notice how it may be very difficult to stop your mind from wandering as we try and just relax everything. Notice where your thoughts have floated around. Take some deeper breaths. And we'll come together to finish our practice. You can move or stretch in any way that feels good for you. Getting ready to come a little forward away from the chair back and sit up tall. Feet grounded, spine long. Let's bring the palms together in front of your heart. Take a full breath in. Om. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me. Again, my name is Susan. If there's anyone who joined late and isn't familiar with me,